I think our history is quite important because we are a grassroots organization. We were built in Park City, in Summit County, in Wasatch County, and this was done for this community because that's what they needed.
I feel really passionate about this movement. I think that at the core of our community is relationships. And if the relationships in our home are safe and nurturing and well, then our community becomes safe and nurturing and well.
Peace House is an organization that is here to support our community and those who are experiencing interpersonal violence in their homes. So Peace House offers wraparound services, which include an emergency shelter for individuals or families to go to when they're not safe at home. We offer support with our legal advocate in navigating some of the court system. We have case managers to help connect them to housing, and we have therapists who help them in their emotional healing. By having a whole team that's working with them and helping to support them in all areas, it allows them that space to start the healing process and to be able to learn and grow.
My name is Florence, and I had a good family, good upbringing. After high school, I met Leo, who eventually became my husband. He was 5 years older than me and very charming, had a good job, handsome. Quite honestly, I was kind of swept off my feet. I guess I chose not to see. He really kind of wanted me all to himself. And he expressed the feeling that if I really loved him, that I really shouldn't want to see my family and my friends. I became increasingly dependent on him, and he seemed to see me differently. He began the name calling and called me things like a loser, or physical abuse started when I was pregnant with my first child. He slapped me and said he should never have married me, that he'd be better off without me. A lot of times I thought about leaving, but I had no way to support my daughter. Where would I go? Then we had a second child, and the baby just would not stop crying. He tried to grab the child from my arms, slammed me into the wall in doing so, and I dialed 911. That's when the police told me about Peace House. I knew I had to get away for the safety of my kids. And it gave me the courage to do that because I had a place to go.
The first thing that they experience in their first week here at Peace House is that they can finally feel safe. So they'll say, oh, I'm finally sleeping, or it's so nice to feel like I'm seen and that someone hears me. So a lot of our residential clients are dealing with like that safety piece as the biggest thing. And then once we equalize that and stabilize them in some safety in our residential services, then we can move towards working on other things. My role is connecting them with resources and providing a lot of accountability for what they're working on. So finding sustainable housing, finding support in that housing, transitioning into that. So if they've always been living with a partner who's abusive, or in a situation where they were being financially supported, working towards employment, working towards confidence to work in that job and move towards that life that's separate from all of that violence and abuse. The reason that empowerment is so important is because we're not just providing a short-term support, but we're providing their own understanding of what's next and how to move forward. The client is the one doing the work, and we're providing the supportive structure and framework for them to succeed. So being able to tell a client, like, you're actually the one that did this, is so powerful. It's like one of the best parts of my job.
What Peace House provides more than anything is not just shelter. The shelter is a temporary, it's an emergency situation. But what Peace House provides is the holistic approach to domestic violence. It's not just the spouse, it's the kids, it's the family members, it's the dog. It's everything that goes with domestic violence. It's finances. How does somebody get out of domestic violence and pay for their own rent? How does somebody take their kids in an environment of dad drops them off at school and mom picks them up. How does that dynamic change? Peace House provides the big picture. It's a whole campus of dedicated professionals that are going to teach and support and mentor and provide a situation where you can get out of domestic violence.
That's such a relief for folks coming in to know that they can leave that situation and still have access to food and to cooking, which for some is so healing, and they don't have to worry about how they're going to feed themselves and how they're going to feed their family. If they need to walk out with just the clothes on their back, they can come into Peace House and we can provide them with shelter and food and clothing. We can help them with gas to get to work. We're really able to meet them exactly where they're at to keep them safe.
Everybody has the right to live a peaceful, healthy, happy life, violence-free. We have a saying in law enforcement to serve and protect. I believe this Peace House has that same mission. They want to serve and protect the citizens of Summit County and those especially been touched by domestic violence.